Game 3 of the NBA Finals is here and it's in Indiana. And here's my prediction of what is going to go on in Game 3. Now, before we get into Game 3, I want to first, speak about some other news that's going on, the league and stuff like that. Darius Garland, get well soon. Zach Edey, get well soon. The surgeries that they're getting right now, one, Garland's getting surgery on his big toe. We know that's a problem that he had throughout the whole playoff, and that's a big reason why they lost to Pacers, and everybody was telling him to play through it. And clearly, it was a big problem for him. I know everybody's like, "Boy, you're just a toe. Like you could play, you could do this, you could do that." But clearly, it's enough of an issue where he needs surgery, and it was bothering him, and it was throwing him off balance, and everything was like just wrong with him. And now everybody finally could sit down, sit back, and understand why he couldn't play. And I understand it's the playoffs, but if you can't, you can't. Zach Edey with it, I think it was an ankle surgery. Get well soon. To everybody that's getting their surgeries right now in the off season, get well soon, because it is a scary thing, because a lot of these guys are going to be sidelined to begin the season. The first couple of weeks, they're going to be sidelined. They can't play. They can't start off the season how they want to start off the season. They can't even practice how they want to practice. So it's going to take a while everybody else is, ready to go and they're about to play their first game, their first 10 games. You're not going to be there. So get well soon, and we'll see how that turns out. Now, let's get into a game 3 of the NBA Finals. Game 3 to me is a pivotal game. It's a game that is so important for so many reasons. Depending on what team wins it, this game can be the make or break this whole series right here. Game 1, the Pacers won it off a game winner. And I can sit here and say it's an anomaly, and the Pacers didn't deserve to win that game, this, that, and the third, but they've done it so many times that I cannot blame them for the other team not playing as hard when they're up 20, 25, 15, 30 points. I can't blame them. If you're going to choose to let your foot off the gas while we're still playing hard, then that's your problem. If we come back and win it, you can't say we don't deserve it. If we worked hard for it and we sat in the game and we played in the game the whole 48, like how we were taught to do. On the other side, for game 2, the Thunder came in, they locked in, they played defense, they were up by 20, they won the game by 20, they held their own, and they made the Pacers look like they can't compete with them. They didn't win it simply off of forcing 20, 30 turnovers. They did force turnovers, but they won off of defense. They locked in. They had a game plan. They used their personnel. They used their team how the Thunder was supposed to begin with. And even when they went up by 20, there was a time where I was like, damn, they're about to give up the lead again. They're starting to do anything. They're starting to just try to run down the shot clock and waste time. And they called timeout, and they brought it right back. And every time we got to 14, 10 points, they called timeout, and they brought it right back. And that's how it's supposed to be. And in the second quarter, they won a 19-0 run. That's amazing for the Thunder. And game 3 is going to be super important. If the Pacers win it, you have a chance to defend home court and go back to Oklahoma 3-1. You have a chance that if you even lose game 4, you can go to Oklahoma and take another one. And then you go back home for game 6 to close it out. And then it's not that much pressure on you because you have game 6 and game 7. You have 2 games to plan for, where for them, they'll be facing elimination. But if you lose game 3 and the Thunder win game 3, that's a 2-1 lead. And even if you win game 4, you're going back to Oklahoma. And we know how the Thunder are. They always respond when they lose a game. So game 5 in Oklahoma, they're most likely going to beat you. And that's a 3-2 type of thing. And if they do win game 3 and they win game 4, then it's over for you. You will be closed out in Oklahoma, and you're going to be flying back for no reason. This is not a team for you to play around with. And this is why my predictions this game and everybody else's predictions this game are either going to be on point or way off. It really just depends on which team wins. And you know who I got winning? I got the Thunder winning game 3. I'm sorry. throughout the playoffs, we've seen Indiana lose game 3 at home. They lost it to the Bucks, I think. I know for sure they lost it to the Cavs. I know they lost it to the Knicks. I wouldn't put it past them to lose game 3 at home. They can play great. They can play amazing. They probably have the crowd behind them. They're going to be an amazing crowd. I've watched the Indiana Pacers play these playoffs. They have an amazing crowd. I still got the Thunder in game 3. If the Pacers win one more game, they're going to win game 4. But I got the Thunder winning game 3. I think it's going to be a close game. Now, here's another thing. Predicting if it's going to be a close game or if it's going to be a blowout is going to be hard because either the Thunder are going to come in here with suffocating defense or the Pacers are going to come here with amazing offense. But however you want to flip it, it might be a close game or it might be a 15-plus point win. But I'm taking the Thunder. I'm going to say it's a close game, and by close, I mean 10 or less points. I think there'll be some clutch bucket making in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. And I think the Thunder are going to have a good game. The only thing I'm worried about is J-Dub. And that's who the Pacers should be worried about too. Because he has not had a good game since I think it was game 5 against the Timberwolves. Or game 4. One of those games. No, I think it was game 4 when they traveled. It was a game where they were away in Minnesota. And J-Dub went off and he had 30 points and Shea had 34. He hasn't had a good game since. He's due for one. Either he's going to get it in game 3 and you're going to have a hard time guarding him, Shea, and Chet. Or he might be the reason why the Thunder lose game 3. Because he might not give you enough. The rest of the guys, the Alex Caruso's, the Cason Wallace, the Kendrick Williams, the other Jalen Williams, if they don't come out here and perform at a very high level, understood. I expect them to play high level defense. Offense, I expect that from the top 3. If they're not on the road, it's going to be hard for Thunder to win. And it will be even harder for Indiana to lose. So if J-Dub doesn't play his part in game 3, it will be a 2-1 lead Indiana. And then Lu Dort. This is a big thing for me. I want to see the matchup between Lu Dort and Tyrese Halliburton. Game 1, we saw Halliburton get it his way. And I know that his game is not, let me go there and get like 20 buckets and try to get 30, 40 points and win us the game that way. He wants to play the game the right way. And game 1, you can look at his numbers and be like, oh no, he played cool. And the last shot was the craziest shot that he's made yet. The biggest shot of his career yet. Because he's never been in NBA Finals. Game 2, you can't tell if Lu Dort was the reason why Halliburton was off. Or was it the whole entire Thunder team that Halliburton was off? Either way, it was amazing defense on Halliburton in Game 2. Game 3, we're going to get to see this matchup for what it is. We're going to see the Lu Dort Halliburton matchup. In Game 3, Lu Dort will be the primary defender on Halliburton. And although it is going to continue to be a team effort, Lu Dort will have most of that assignment. That will be his. He will lock in Game 3, and he will play defense on Halliburton. Now, whether his defense wins or Halliburton's offense wins, that's what I'm waiting to see. Because that's going to play a big part in Game 3. If you do the same thing and have Halliburton go into the fourth quarter, halfway into the fourth quarter with only 3 points, then you have a really good chance of winning. Because I trust Alex Caruso on Siakam. I don't care if Siakam is 15, 20. I trust Alex Caruso on him. And whatever you can get offensively from your defensive guys, the Carusos, the Lu Dorts, and everybody else is coming off the bench, I'll take. Everybody's coming off the bench, giving you energy, all that. That's going to be important. But this is a game where the Thunder are going to have to click on all levels. Now, for Indiana to win, Halliburton has to beat Lu Dort. He has to find a way to get going. And the great thing about Halliburton is that he doesn't stick to the ball like how Brunson does. He actually gets off the ball. So you have a high chance of someone else making a shot or playmaking, all that stuff. TJ McConnell, he's going to have to play his game and make an impact. Nesmith, Nembhard, same thing. Because their others are amazing. Siakam, Miles Turner, I'm going to need more from you guys. And for the whole entire Pacers team, this cannot look like game 2 if you want to come out here and win. Everybody cannot just, stay home and expect only Turner to show up to play. Miles Turner in game 2, it literally looked like he was the only one that showed up to play, especially in the second half. He was playing the hardest out of everybody. Now, if the Thunder got them looking like that, it's going to be another 20-point blowout. If they're competing, it's going to be a close game. And then just a matter of fact of Halliburton making the clutch plays at the end of the game. And obviously taking the clutch shots. And it's going to depend on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knocking down his shots and making his free throws. But I'm taking the Thunder 10 points or less. And that's my prediction. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E. Safe.